We are Grass Doesn't Exist.
And we are here to tell you everything you need to know about playing League.
League of Legends.
Yeah. But at the average level.
At the average level, yeah.
Yeah. We are not what you would call pros or even really good content creators.
We're like you. Heartstruck Gold or Silver.
Or Bronze. Why'd you leave out Bronze? Got some against Bronze?
You're going to get to Silver.
Don't touch me.
Sorry.
Well.
If you're Bronze, just quit the game.
Hey.
Sorry.
If you're Iron and like hard stuck Iron, then you should probably quit the game.
No, if you're an Iron, just have fun, man.
Just have fun. Just treat it like you would every other game.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're stuck in Iron.
Keep off rolling. Yeah, I want to see more Renekton ADCs. Renekton. Okay, yeah.
It was a wild time.
There's some like crazy smurfs sometimes. They just play top laners in the ADC role and go off.
I've not seen Malphite or Fiora.
I've seen that Irelia and a Ribbon.
I've seen a Ribbon. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen that. I've also seen a Rengar support. There's a Rengar
Ivern?
Yep.
Oh,
but the Rengar was the support. The Ivern was doing all the CSing. It was the weird, and it was on hit Ivern too. They first bought Rageblade.
Really?
Yeah. It didn't work well for them. They got shit on so bad. It was kind of sad how bad they got shit on.
Iron gameplay.
Yeah, Iron. Yeah. Yep. Good old Iron. It always excites you. And like, there's never like a boring moment in Iron.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're always like, it's like a thrill.
Do you know what's a thrill?
What?
When your team AFKs every time in your promos.
That's not a thrill. That's depression.
Okay, sorry.
It's very close though.
Yeah.
Yes. Same emotion, just different sides of the dial.
Did you have any AFKs in your promos or another team?
No, I don't think
No. Wow.
I had one, but it was towards the end, so I don't know if that counts.
So you still won or something?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we still won.
I had like 3.
On your side?
Yeah.
Oof, that's rough.
And then like 2 on their side in the other games. So like the 3 games where I had like an AFK, I just like lost. And then like the 2 games where they had an AFK, we just won. That's League of Legends. Whoever has 5 people on their team wins.
Yeah, that checks out. The most amount of people do tend to win the most fights.
Yeah.
It's math. Hey, League can teach people math. 5 is a bigger number than 4.
At least, no, they still don't know that, though.
They still don't know that? Oh, no.
Yo, 3v5, we can still win this.
Oh, you know what? That's right.
You know, I'm splitting. One of our teammates are dead. 3v5. What? We don't have numbers advantage. I don't care. We're still gonna fight. We lose.
You know what? That's fair.
Anyways, moving on.
Moving on.
Let's talk about topics that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so we're still new at this. If you can't tell, this is our first episode. Mm-hmm. It's going to be rough for the next couple, but I do hope if you find us entertaining or have nothing else to listen to and just fall asleep to us.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe to a podcast. Yeah, do that. Fall asleep to us as we bore you to death. Or we could make your day go by faster. We could like...
We can do an ASMR stream into their ears.
Oh, no. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Okay, my bad.
But we'll be covering all different types of topics.
Number 1.
Number 1?
Yeah, number 1.
Oh, the number 1 thing we're covering?
Yeah.
Oh, League.
Yeah. No. Everything is going to be League.
Oh,
but,
yeah,
okay.
okay.
I'm talking about, like, number 1, what are we going to talk about?
Oh, we're going to talk about mostly a little bit of everything. We're going to be covering, like, pro play.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
I'm a big fan of sports, and this game fuels my addiction for sports as well.
Absolutely. Like, we're like those, like, football fans, but we don't go outside.
Yeah. Yeah, and, well, also the pros are a lot different. Like, NFL, like, football, they can milk it for, like, a decade. Like, league players, though, they got, like, 2 years max.
They got 2 years and they're out.
And then they're considered, like, boomers.
Yep.
Which is depressing.
Yeah.
So if a 23-year-old in league is a boomer, what does that make me, a dinosaur?
Oh, you're a fossil, bro.
I'm a fossil. Oh no.
Don't even think about that, okay? Just you can talk about it. Don't ever go there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We'll also be covering things like the patches,
The patches.
our thoughts on them at an average player's level. We won't go into stats because
No, we'll try.
Well, you might. I won't. That's a lot of math. I can't.
Oh,
math.
no. I'm gonna say everything wrong. I'm gonna gaslight all the listeners.
You're gonna gaslight them. We'll talk about, if anything, like any controversy or well, we'll try to stay neutral. It'll be very hard. We're not really.
It'll be funny. Let's start some drama.
Let's start some drama.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start right off the bat. Nice is mid.
No.
There, I did it. I hit the button.
What are you talking about? $350. Worth it.
Is it? Is it really?
Okay, but I bet if he does hit Challenger in Korea, sales are gonna go up. Sales are gonna go up.
That's true.
Yeah, but right now he's got to get out of plat and not get the gold.
I thought he already made it to gold.
New season, new knees.
New season, new knees. Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, then we'll also do something that we truly love, and that is the skins. We are big fans of the skins. We will tell you if they're shit or not.
Yeah, we love give Riot Games money so that they can make amazing cinematics for us every year.
That's a low blow. it's you are right. The new cinematic for the season 13 was lackluster.
Yeah.
But that skin line though.
True.
Skin line was pretty tight.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. Like, even if they make the shittiest cinematic, doesn't matter. The hashtag boycott, never gonna happen. Everyone's gonna buy it. The Mythmaker Irelia skin.
So good.
Yeah.
And you know what? Riot knows that their skins is where everyone truly goes to.
Yeah.
They're remaking skins. They're
remaking Ari.
Look! They brought back the goth thing in Fright Night, and that shit sold like candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're just constantly popping them out, and they'll keep buying them.
Yeah.
It's like a drug. The skins are drugs.
Yeah, and the skin sales get higher, and the cinematics get worse.
And just like any good drug addict, we will constantly mention our drugs.
Okay. That could be taken really badly.
Could it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, duly noted. I'll keep my drugs to myself. Okay. And I recommend all of you to hide your drugs. There, is that better advice?
You know what? Let's go on.
Let's go on?
Okay. So we're gonna talk about the start of the season.
Oof. Before the start of the season, what do you think of the preseason?
Oh, traumatizing.
Traumatizing? I thought it was lackluster, like the cinematic.
The reason was traumatizing for me is because I was a top laner from the very start. I've been a one-trick Gnar for like 6 years, right?
That is true. The preseason did make you role swap.
It made me role swap. A one-trick like me to role swap to bot lane. Even worse, because I role swap to ADC. ADC is not even a good role, and it forced me to role swap.
That is rough.
Yeah, I mean, who else got tired of just constant Jack show, constant Ravenous Hydra?
The whole community.
Every top laner built that item.
One of those two items.
Yeah. Like,
but most of the time together.
It was pretty dumb. Like, I was like learning Yone at the time too. He needs to, and his build was just like Jack show, Ravenous Hydra. I'm like, what? Like, sure, there's crit, there's attack speed, and then there's that, because that's just better than anything.
You know how I knew it was bad? Or at least for Jack Show. When I saw Yumi build it. Like, things are broken when the people that watch Netflix on the side are also building the item. That's how you know something's bad.
Okay, yeah, that's valid. That's very valid.
Yeah, like... the audacity that they would have of following the meta and watching Netflix, like, that's overkill. Like, you can't win against that.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. So that was what I just didn't like.
Don't get me wrong. It's like, the new items, cool abilities. Cool abilities, spruced it up a bit. Were they overpowered? Yes.
Yeah.
The thing that I think they should have worked more on is adjusting the champions. I am a firm believer of every preseason, they should basically kind of roll the dice. Maybe like overbuff a champion or underbuff it. Like, mix it up.
Yeah. But guess what? Aatrox was still the best champion in the top lane. Even after the shit show that we had to see at Worlds with the Aatrox, nothing changed. It just got worse.
That it did. It got really worse.
Yeah, it got worse. And he's still good.
And well, no. With the new season 13, there's a new queen of
New queen. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a new queen, Fiora. Fiora is annoying. I hate her. I hate her face. But when she's wearing the teacher's...
She's not even that hot.
Well, when she's wearing that teacher's skin, it makes me feel different.
Bro, come on.
She has a ruler and a mini skirt.
You know, dude, this is you don't have to get that personal at the beginning.
But it's mini skirt.
Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, I think that's actually terrible. Just like it's a tank meta, right? It's a tank meta, which means it's also the Fiora meta who destroys tanks. We have to see that stuff. And then we also see Darius. You know what I mean? Darius has been like top 5 in the top lane for like, I don't know how many years. And now that there's tanks, which he actually does pretty well against, he's just going to be more popular.
You know who can melt tanks faster than Fiora?
Who?
Lethality Udyr. Have you seen that shit?
That shit doesn't even make sense to me.
It can, he can use 2 abilities, 2 autos in one shot, basically. A full build Mundo. How do you fuck with that?
There's that, and there's also AP Varus.
AP, well, yes, but that means ADCs would no longer be ADCs, which they don't know how to AP. That's why they're ADCs.
Yeah.
You should know this. This is 101 for you now. Since you decided to swap to the dark side.
Yeah. No, but even Varus on his AD build, he can also just destroy tanks right now.
Yeah, that's fair. But the one thing that I did not like about the new season patch, they buffed the fucking clown. I hate that goddamn clown.
Shaco.
Not just because of the boxes fearing me, but it's more of because of his ult. Because me being in the bottom of the barrel, in the bronze low, everyone will attack the goddamn clone when I'm always next to it. Not when it's away from me. No.
Actually, I think I did that today.
They will wait until that fucking clown's clone is on top of me, giving me a good old hug from behind, and they'll last hit it. Okay,
but to their defense, it's kind of fun. You know, you pop the clone, and he's like, ah! Everything like that, and then, boxes everywhere.
Yep, it's like getting confetti and getting shot in the foot at the same time. So much fun.
That's basically playing League of Legends.
No, League of Legends is like going to the therapist and getting constantly degraded. But since you're a masochist, you continue to go, and just every time you walk in the door, you just take your wad of cash, throw it at their face, and just say, "Yell at me more."
Damn.
Yeah.
And now you're playing jungle, even worse.
Hey, it takes a special type of stupid to play jungle, especially in low elo.
Yeah. Hey, but it's a good way to climb.
It is a great way to climb.
Yeah.
So far in promos, I've won 6 out of my 8 games.
Yes, sir.
It was great.
And who are you abusing?
Everything. Including myself.
Okay, but speaking of the patch, I'm actually very, very happy about the Jace buffs. The reason I'm happy about this is just because after Jace got kind of blown away from the durability patch, he just didn't exist anymore. But they're giving some love finally after a year of suffering, so that's good. You'll see Scion buffs, which I don't know if it's a good thing because I've had plenty of inting Scions in my team anyways.
Yeah, but the sad thing, though, is half the time, they have a 50% chance of inting and winning, or 50% chance of inting and losing.
Yeah.
which when you boil it down, that's still a 50-50.
Dude, I don't like taking my chances. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, but Scion players love to gamble their own lives. That's like the whole build. Why else would you be able to move around after you're dead? Even Karthus can't do that.
that's true. Kog'Maw.
Yeah, but Kog'Maw's like a bug.
You know, I'll take it back. Kog'Maw's passive is like the worst passive in the game.
Yeah, it is. Though I recently discovered if you're close to someone and like you die as Kog'Maw, you can get one last auto win, which means like, hey you over there.
You have like a full crit build, just like boom, and then just
yeah.
Die.
It's just like if I'm going out dying, think of it as like strapping a like pulling a grenade and then jumping towards your enemy as they're shooting you. Like you know you're dead, but you're coming with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a good old suicide bomber.
And then there's also Twisted Fate buffs.
See, I love / hate this.
Yeah, because I mean,
well, just the same way I love the Jace buffs. It's going to bring. I like Seaman Pro Play.
Yeah,
because it's interesting on how they use it.
Yeah.
Bad part. Every other average person like you and me will attempt to do it in normals.
We're gonna be like, oh my god, we see him pro play. Let's try in ranked or something like that. Or let's try it in norms, and we're just gonna not perform.
I hate to break it to everyone, but we're not pros.
We're not pros.
It's a known fact. Sad to say.
I think that's gonna be the same for Twisted Fate. Like the popularity will rise, but because of how difficult he is, people are gonna shit the bed.
Probably. Though I think the biggest threat right now is since they kind of like tweaked Rod of Ages again for the new season.
Yeah.
Kassadin mid.
Oh my god, don't even get me started with that champion.
Like,
yeah.
Like we looked at it earlier and what I've never seen a champion almost have a 50% ban rate.
50%. And even with the 50% ban rate,
they were still clocking in like a 56% win rate.
56% win rate. That is crazy.
So half the times that you'll be able to get him, you're guaranteed more than 0.5% of those times that you'll win.
And this is a late game champion we're talking about. You know, it takes time to scale and whatnot, but boom, these crazy item power spikes and you're just going to win.
No, it's not even fair sometimes. Sometimes it's just like, boom, he's there. He's kind of like a ghost, but like when it's on your side, you're just like, oh, it's Casper the friendly ghost. And then when it's on the enemy side, it's just like, oh god, it's Slenderman, and then he's just there in front of you, just tickling your balls.
Oh god.
Yeah. It's not fun. It's not pleasant for anyone.
It's not fun at all.
Yeah, no.
So if we're thinking about all the top champions for all the roles and mix into a pro play team, this would be my thought.
Okay.
Fiora top.
Gross.
AP Maokai, which is really strong right now in the jungle.
Yep, love it.
We've already seen a lot of Maokai in the jungle in pro play.
But most of the time it's been tank, so I'm curious on the AP version.
Sure.
Because he could just spam his little buddies in all the bushes. So any roaming junglers, which are all junglers, no bush is safe.
Yeah. And it makes it even worse because now Twisted Fate has gotten buffed. He's going to be more popular. The Maokai and the Twisted Fate, it's going to be like global sandwich, you know, in the middle. People are just going to get caught with the Maokai ult and then just backstabbed by the Twisted Fate ult. And not only that, the strong ADC right now, Kai'Sa is already really popular just because of how much mechanical skill you need to really like play her well. But if you do have the mechanical skill, boom, she's at the top.
I'd also say she's quite diverse because like you can go for like AP or AD.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the AD build is more popular, but like surprisingly, for a champion who seems more like a AD assassin, she can get rid of those tanks pretty easily.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd say she could shred tanks almost better than a Vayne, which is like that's her bread and butter.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
Yeah.
A little bit. So who would be your mid laner then?
Mid laner, like Twisted Fate or Kassadin. We see some like I know, like in Korea, what is it? Showmaker pulls out the Kassadin sometimes, and that'd be pretty cool. And ADC again, I say Kai'Sa, and then support. Right now, I know like the strong supports right now are like Blitzcrank. I don't think Blitzcrank is gonna be popular in pro play, obviously. But any enchanter, honestly, the enchanters have gotten stronger, in my opinion, due to the new meta.
Okay, I could see all of that.
Yeah, it seems like a legit team, though.
It does. It does. It seems like a very good team.
Half of them will get banned.
Half of them will get banned. So I agree with you on the Kaisa, except I'm gonna pair it with a Lulu.
Okay.
Because like those two, it's a great pairing. One gives you all the cool tools that you need to succeed in life.
Yeah.
And the other one shuts them down.
Yeah, I mean, Lulu, she's pretty common in pro play as well. And she can be flex pick too. I mean, you see some in the top lane, you see some Lulu in the mid lane.
I think what we're going to see a lot of in pro play is Rise. Because every time the items for Cassidy get buffed, they also are the same items that get buffed for good old Rise.
Yeah. I feel like if there's any excuse to play Rise, then just play Rise. That's how pro play is. Like
that or Azir.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he's just such a valuable champion. Really good at split pushing. Really good damage.
Really good team fighting.
Yeah.
He covers everything. He's like the perfect all around. I think that's why he can never be fully balanced.
Kind of like Twisted Fate. Because he also has that, where he teleports. He doesn't bring everyone, obviously. But if you think about it, they're kind of similar in the same way they're both kind of valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. For jungle, I think... Now, it probably won't happen.
Okay.
But I think it would be really cool to see some more Jarvan. I know Jarvan was picked a lot when the durability patch came up. And a little bit before. Yeah. But he's such a fun jungler to watch because he's all in all the time. And so with that and like a Rise, you're just always in.
No, I think you're right actually, because there are a lot of these like scaling top laners and scaling mid laners that need that support to get to that late game. So some early game champions like Jarvan or Xin Zhao might show up again in this next season just to facilitate those carries. I know that junglers, they have more potential to carry now, especially with the changes. Even like Smite, like it makes them stronger, right? But I think they're still gonna be like more in the support role where they help the top laner and the mid laner.
And then for my top pick, because if yours first picked and not banned, I think that you'll be seeing a lot more of your favorite champ, Gnar.
No.
But also Jace.
And we can't leave out Cassante.
Does Fiora and Cassante, like what's that matchup like?
I'm not quite sure.
All I know is Cassante is a dumb, stupid hunk of a man that
builds tank and one-shots people.
He's like a toxic relationship. Like he just constantly pushes you around, but always wants you back.
Bro,
like when you think about
that
it,
was so real of you.
I know, because like
that was so real.
He pushes you away.
Pushes you away.
He's like, get away. And he's just like, come over here. Yeah, and then he'll try to get you alone from all of your friends.
And then he just rocks your world.
Yeah.
By going all out.
Exactly. My words exactly. Wow. Have you been in this too? That's crazy.
I've been writing a fanfic.
A fanfic?
Sorry.
Oh, what? Of yourself and Cassante? Or Cassante and someone else?
Cassante and Lil Nas.
See, for me, it was Cassante and Gragas.
The
two sexiest beings. You can't deny the fans love Gragas' body.
Ari right now has gotten a VG update. You're talking about Gragas.
Okay, I'm upset with that. With the Ari.
Okay, yeah, we can talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so it's a known fact that any character with big boobas always makes money.
Yeah.
Either that or they have to look like a teenage girl like Lux. And for Ari, it had both the furry community and the booba community. They've lost half of their community now. All they got is the furries.
And the K-pop community. Can't forget about that.
You can't forget about that. But they didn't change any of those skins. They just changed like the base skins and the old ones. Which is still very upsetting. Because for the people that don't spend money on it, they rely on those cheap and old skins to give them the pleasures that no other woman can give them.
Okay, keep going.
I'm glad we both agree on that. No, and I think I don't know why. I feel like they're doing it for champions that don't really need it.
Yeah, I mean, right? Remember when they like sort of had like a list of champions that we have the option to choose for the VGU update, right?
Yeah.
And there was like Skarner, great choice. Shyvana is also a great choice. Udyr, who did get reworked. And I think there's another one. But there's a lot, you know? Like, have you seen what base skin Corki looks like? Have you seen what base skin Rumble looks like?
Have you seen some of Rumble's splash arts? Some of them are that of Nightmare Fuel. Like, it looks like a rodent.
It reminds me of like the old Poppy. Like, it's that kind of vibe, you know? Like, it's like they changed Poppy, but they just left Rumble as is. Like, why?
Even some of Poppy's skins, they said they did not touch it up right. They basically like looked at like a dead corpse, like a dead rotting corpse, and they just put like the drunk goggles on and said, "Yeah, good enough."
Oh my god.
And that's the same thing with the Rumble. Like, look at some of those old skins, horrible.
Absolutely.
But for new skins though, who do you think should get a new skin?
New skin.
Yeah.
Lux.
You shut your mouth. All of the e-girls just got a little bit moist from those words you just said. I don't like that. They should be dry.
Sorry, I got paid.
Dry as the Sahara Desert. Yeah. Anivia, I feel like hasn't gotten a skin in over like 4 years. The last one I remember her getting was the paper one.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
She hasn't gotten one since.
Yeah, but
well, wait. I guess she also did get the Halloween one recently.
But who cares about Nivea?
That's fair. Valid.
No.
Okay, then who do you want a skin for?
Who do I want?
Yeah. Let me guess, Nar.
Okay, now I can't say anything. Yeah, I want a skin for Nar, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
No, you probably have a bit higher chance of getting a skin for your E-boy down in the bot lane.
Ezreal, yeah, because I swapped the bot lane, right?
Yep.
So I want an Ezreal skin. Absolutely. I want a Spirit Blossom Ezreal skin, and I want to be coupled with a Spirit Blossom Lux skin.
Hey, since we're on the topic of Spirit Blossoms, you know who should also get a Spirit Blossom?
Don't say Gragas.
Nocturne. I'm not saying that because I'm following the religion of Nice and believing Nocturne can carry you out of hell.
That'll be $350.
Wait, am I paying you now? This is rigged.
This is rigged. No, okay, yeah, I can see it for sure. Like, you'll be like the nightmare. Okay, actually, let me just speak up on one thing. The skin line that I really want, which is my favorite skin line of all time, is Blood Moon.
Blood Moon is solid. It's been they've done like a couple.
No, like they did a revamp. They did Winter Moon, Snow Moon. What's it called? Snow Moon?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was like with the Caitlyn, Kane, and there's no
Alawi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her hentai tentacles were pretty sexy.
Okay, calm down.
They were like they're white and they got little curly cues on them. It's pretty nice. Also, they made her boobas stand out.
This is why our podcast is explicit. This is all your fault.
This is not my fault.
Okay.
It's just how life is. Life is explicit.
Life is explicit. Okay, you've opened my eyes.
Yeah, we're league players. When have league players ever been family friendly? For those who don't hit mute all, it's not a pretty sight at all.
Please hit mute all.
No. Okay. Just mute text in your ranked games, but in your drafts and all that, let it fly.
Do you know how annoying?
See what the magic is.
To get spam pinged too. That's pretty annoying. In the middle of a fight. Actually, I think I did that to you today too.
Yeah, I was gonna say see me complaining about it when it was done directly to me by you of all people, the man that hates it the most.
My bad.
Ain't
Bad
karma
habits.
a bitch?
Bad habits lead to you.
Aww. I don't know if I should be flattered or insulted by that.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it as a flattery compliment.
Okay. Moving on.
Moving on.
What is it? We were just talking about the skins.
Yep.
Which we were planning on doing later, but which is fine.
The new skins.
What do you like about. Oh shoot! No. We'll do it later. I want to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Chem Tank Dragon, the new one?
Love it.
Because we haven't talked about that. That was actually a big part of the preseason.
It makes so much difference in the jungle.
Yeah.
As like a new person coming into the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the Chemtake Dragon completely just altering the entire map.
Yeah.
Along with the Pokemon. Like, it's night and day. Like, I recently discovered, like, when you hit the Vision Blast Ward, and it'll get rid of almost all except one bar from the Visions. All you have to do is auto it once.
Oh, wow.
So even with Pink Wards, hit that thing towards that sucker, boom.
Dang.
And I think, like, with that, we might see more Graves Jungle, just for the possibilities of that.
Yeah. I mean, what I like is seeing the blast cannon. I just like flying.
You fly so far. It is ridiculous.
You travel.
Also, I discovered something about blast cones and all that.
Blast flower.
Blast flower. The red thing that when you hit it, you go zoom.
Yeah, I love it so much.
Yeah. That Fiddlestick's little like effigies, like those little like fake ones. Yeah, if you place them like in the circle, hit it.
No way.
It will launch them into bushes, and so you can check to see if they already have pre-vision.
Bruh.
Yeah, and then like, cause like I saw one do it, and I was just like,
who needs Farsight?
Yeah, no, basically, like imagine just going like, anyone in that bush, go get him.
Go get him.
Yeah. So, well, I guess it's kind of like the same way with like Maokai, like his little dudes, but way cooler.
It's
and also,
funny.
you could see if someone's in that bush and they see a Fiddlesticks flying at them, they're going to use abilities. Like, they're going to, like, go all out to kill you.
Yeah.
And then just to see that it was a fake the whole time, you fools.
And I actually want to speak on that. I think that'll be really fun. You know, you can also do, like, a Shaco box on that. You can do a Heimerdinger turret. There's a couple more options, right?
I know. And so with the Chem Tank, they can go even farther.
Yeah, exactly. Cannonball.
Wait, does Teemo Shrooms work with it, too? We're going to have to test that. We'll let you know next week if Teemo Shrooms can get launched.
Okay.
Unless all of you Teemo One Tricks are out there, which then I highly request, stop it. Get help.
Why do you play Teemo?
Yeah, why do you hate yourself?
Okay, but I'll be honest, like, there are some Teemo streamers that just look like the nicest people.
And some that look... But that Teemo bucket hat only?
Oh, God.
There's one lady I've seen a lot of. She was like a skimpy Teemo outfit and a bucket hat on TikTok.
Okay.
And she just like scantily like teabags the mushrooms.
Oh my God.
Which I think means something completely different, but at the same time, I'm like oddly satisfied but grossed at the same time.
It's kind of like what you're saying about the degrading therapist.
Yeah.
So you like it, but you don't.
Yeah, and that's why I still play League.
Back on track.
But you know what I'm interested for?
What's up?
Like, besides like all the stuff in League itself, I'm excited for the new season of Pro Play, specifically the LCS.
Absolutely. Let's get into that.
Like I said earlier, like I am a like big sports guy. Always have been. So when I got into this game and discovered, oh, there's a sport, so I can
No, it must have been amazing because, I think especially like years ago, gaming teams, they weren't that big, You don't really notice them. They're not there for every game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for League, it was a pretty established thing. And now, even after Worlds, like the hype has constantly been going up.
Well, I think also, like, you have, like, when you're a kid and you're, like, playing basketball, football, soccer, and all of those, like, you kind of almost pay even more attention to the pros if you're a fan already.
Yeah.
Because, like, in your mind, you want to be them. A little bit. And in some cases, a lot. Which then I ask those people, you good?
Stop it.
And get some help.
You're in bronze.
But, so I feel like with League specifically, since anyone can play it, and like you can see yourself get better, watching the pros, like you see something, you don't have to exactly copy them, but if you see like a small combo that they do and you can go, I want to try doing that. And then you give it a go.
There's so many options you can do, you know, so many different runes, so many different items, so many different champions that it's like pro play is sort of like that teaching ground for any viewer.
Yeah, like what was it? I recently showed it to my parents.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What do they think?
They had no idea what was going on, as 60-year-olds do. But at the end of it...
60-year-olds?
Yeah.
Okay, so I heard 6-year-olds.
Oh, no, well, they're 60-year-olds with the minds of 6-year-olds.
Okay.
So without even me saying it, you already knew.
That explains your situation.
Yeah, like I've shown them clips and they are somewhat fascinated by it. Probably because they love me. But... yeah,
but it's cool.
Yeah,
right?
It's interesting.
It's new.
Yeah, and it's new. It's exciting. But most importantly, it's something that anyone can be, in theory.
In theory, yeah.
Like, I think one of the biggest things I've seen is over in South Korea.
Okay.
One of their pro teams.
Which one?
The Live one.
Live Sandbox. Live Sandbox. Yeah,
Sandbox people. On their like, what would you call it? The B team, like the challenger.
Like academy team or the challenger team.
Yeah. Whatever. So on their challenger team, they actually have like a female player.
Wow.
Which I feel like.
What lane?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious.
I only really pay attention to the LCS because it's like home ground.
But that's actually very interesting. You know, like
that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's very like guy dominated. Like I think there have been times where they've tried to make a female league. Yeah. Like,
and there's like
it never really.
And there's times where like they'll do like an only female team.
Yeah.
But like this is one female with a full team of other males that are trying to become pros.
That's awesome.
Like they're not doing this for like a meme or anything. Like all 5 of them, including her, are gunning for that pro spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and it's not like they're like, oh, we want attention. Like, no, this person actually has potential. Like, they're like, oh wow, like this player, they're good. Like,
yeah, and like South Korean people recognized it and they respected it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think it's amazing.
Yeah. Will it happen in the United States? No. Hell no. We are too big of pussies to announce that women can be on our level.
Maybe we'll import.
We'll import
a girl from.
Honestly, probably like 5 Korean league players. Like would probably win the LCS championship.
Wow.
In some years.
Team Liquid.
In some years they could pull off. This year though. This year I feel like we have a higher chance. I said this last year, but I was mostly on like the dopamine.
Copium.
Yeah. I was a big fan of Danny. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
And I hope he gets better.
Yeah, I hope he gets better, absolutely.
I hope to see him. I won't say I'm not going to see him this year. I hope to see him next year.
Okay.
I feel like someone with mental stress needs to take a good long like break, completely wind down, and then do a hard reset. And
also, he's still young. You know, he's still playing. He's still grinding.
Hasn't even hit his 20s.
Yeah, like he got Lil Nas to rank 1. Like
that was funny. I did enjoy that.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, I liked it.
So I can't wait to see him next year. I wish him the best.
But you think that when you say that NA has a chance, are you also including Team Liquid, who has all Koreans?
It's okay. So that is a double-edged sword.
Okay.
So technically, Team Liquid is a United States team. They're based, their headquarters and all that are actually I don't know where their headquarters are, but the league version of them is based in the United States.
Yeah, they are.
Is every single member on their team Korean or half Korean or some form of dual citizenship? Yes. Do I see that as a bad thing?
No.
Kind of.
Oh.
Okay, now hear me out on this.
Okay.
So, like, they have it where in the LCS, where you can only have a certain amount of imports.
Yeah.
So how did they get around this? Dual citizenship and people that are born in the United States that can speak Korean.
Some was born in the United States.
Some of them had to be, or just have dual citizenship.
No, Summit.
Summit.
He was born in the United States, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And Core JJ has his green card.
Yes. So one of the other ones was either born, I think it was their mid laner or ADC. I think it was the ADC maybe. One of them was born or has affiliation in the United States, one way or another.
Hari, Yun, Pyoshik.
Definitely not the jungler. Jungler 100% import.
Yeah. They got him last minute. Like I'm honestly surprised. Like
the future boxing champion.
The future boxing champion. I'm excited.
Like the minute he retires from League, he can go straight into boxing. Those moves during Worlds were phenomenal. Great A performance. The physique, the positioning of all the punches. Gonna knock you out.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Now, before we get into ranking the teams, what did you think about the LCS kickoff event for this year?
In layman's terms, fucking stupid. It was
Zoomers
the dumbest.
Versus boomers.
It felt like a boomer created the event. It's like they didn't really know what was popular at the time. And they were just like, well, I hear my son talk about boomers and zoomers.
Oh my god, please.
That's exactly what it felt like.
That's what it felt like.
Yes. Also, I felt like the teams were very skewed in the zoomers' favor. Not to diss anyone on the zoomers.
Zoomers had
or the
Berserker.
Boomers.
Zoomers had Berserker.
Also, like, how did they even define, like, zoomer? Because I feel like Speak has been in the pro play for a hot minute.
True, it's like his third or fourth year.
I think it's his third year, third or fourth. Yeah,
third official, but he's probably been in academy and stuff like that too. So
possibly, yeah. But still, it was dumb. It only lasted one day. I would much rather have had like a lock-in, something that lasted a weekend, like a weekend event that took place during the actual like times. I guess now it isn't considered weekend events.
Yeah.
I wanted my good old at least 2 days of enjoyment, maybe 3 if you want to spice it up. But 1 day and only like best out of 5. We only got 3 games in total.
Yeah.
It very much felt not fun.
I think it would have been better if all the teams just like went against each other like usual. Just a simple, maybe just even a best of 1, like a best of 1, and just see who climbs all the way to the top.
Yeah. Now, like, every region did it, or like all the major ones.
Yeah.
And some of them were entertaining, but even then, like, I felt like they were a little lackluster. Like, I loved the fact that there was no bans.
Yeah, true.
That was cool. And then not being able to have multiple, like, repeating champions.
I like the LEC one just because I could see Reckless. I thought that was cool.
Reckless's Kennen is disgusting and gorgeous at the same time. Is like
They seem like they're having more fun.
Oh yeah, they seem like they're having a blast.
Yeah, it's like because like they off-rolled, you know what I mean? So like it was like a mix of everything. Even the cast, like the casters were like joking and like just doing sound effects of the game, you know what I mean? But I feel like the knockout, the lock-in event, the kickoff event, for LCS, it was more like, oh, we're like gonna try, and there isn't gonna be much exciting things going on.
Yeah, it was very lackluster.
And like we didn't see anyone. Like we had like Busio, right? Which is cool. We got to see Busio.
Everyone got to see their favorite JoJo.
But I wish we saw more. Like if we had double lift, that would have been fun. You know, because like everyone's hyped about him. Everyone's hyped about seeing him. You know what I mean? Or Summit. You know, or
like
Pyoshik.
I understand they wanted all the teams to like be in it, so they put one champ or one player from every team.
Yeah.
But that's not Boomer versus Zoomer. Like, if you want true Boomer versus Zoomer, you have to have all, like, at least get
Dude, double lift and Core JJ.
Yeah, and Bjergsen, and fucking Santorin, and Impact. That is a true Boomer team. That right there. Because I'm pretty sure Santorin is one of the older junglers.
Yeah, Impact is, like, 29?
Yeah, he's older than me.
I'm sorry if I got it wrong.
No, he's old.
He's old.
But he's still good. He's still kicking.
Yeah, he is. and we'll see how well he does in FlyQuest.
Which, speaking of FlyQuest, I think FlyQuest is going to be a top 3 team.
Okay, so now we're ranking the teams. Who is your number one?
My number one, FlyQuest.
FlyQuest, okay.
Yep, I'm. Ever since I lost a bet a couple years ago and was forced to like FlyQuest, they've kind of just grown on me. And so every time like I go over and I kind of look over, I'm just like, oh, they're
What's
not,
up with that though?
They're not bad.
Like, well, who was your favorite team before?
My favorite team before,
Uh-huh.
I was because when I started watching and playing League, it was when good old Perks.
Oh yeah.
Was in the mid lane.
Oh yeah,
and,
it was like 2020 he came. 2021? 2021.
Yeah. So the year before that, I just like briefly played League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until that bet. And now you're just like a weird FlyQuest fan.
I wouldn't say weird.
Okay, I think it was weird until last year. Cause you got into the FlyQuest fan thing in 2021, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, they weren't really that good.
They were horrible.
So it was weird. I was like, why are you a FlyQuest fan? Like, what? Come on.
The last year though,
True. They came back up, but they were still kind of mid.
They were mid.
But
I can't deny it. Now though, they're strong.
Let's list the lineup. Let's list the lineup. Let's see. FlyQuest. We got in the top lane Impact, of course, the OG.
Yep.
You know, he carried EG. He popped off in TL. We got Spica,
who I would say is one of my favorite junglers to watch.
Yeah.
Spica is thrive or die.
Yeah, the guy that makes the 9-man sleep happen with
that
the Lily.
Was depressing.
Okay, sorry. Let's move on. Mid laner, Viscla. I don't know who that is. He's Korean, right?
He's Korean.
Okay.
He was a Korean rookie last year.
Oh.
He actually, I believe, it was either him or the
Prince. I think Prince was rookie of the split.
Either one way or another. They both got accomplishments and acknowledgments last year.
Okay.
And together, it's disgusting. And then Ayla. I loved Ayla.
Ayla's great. You know, like when Core JJ was just like not there in certain moments, Ayla was the one to cover.
Unpopular opinion, I think they should have gone with Hansama and Ayla.
Whoa.
As much as TL loves to just hang on the lower sack of Core JJ.
Yeah.
In all of his glory. I think it was a better duo.
Hey, but who knows? I mean, maybe Core JJ he was a really good IGL for the team because we do know that he is kind of in that leadership role. Right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And I think it's a great idea actually to put support in that leadership role because they do have control a large portion of the game, you know, in terms of macro, in terms of vision, roaming. They're the ones that sort of go everywhere and see what's going on.
That's very valid. My number two. Without any surprise, TL.
Okay. That's my number one team, but I'll talk about it later.
I think that they're just even though they're the all Korean, I still think that it's something that the LCS needs. They need to have a team that on paper is just better.
They gotta
It's not a super team. It's not like last year's team where it was just a bunch of names.
It's a Korean team.
This is just more a pure skill on paper. Number 3, I would probably put EG.
EG, not 100 Thieves?
Not 100 Thieves. Now I'll get to them. They're number 4.
Okay.
So EG has a lot of the same from last year, but they also have a lot of the stuff that I liked about 100 Thieves from last year as well.
Yeah, because they took 2 100 Thieves members. They got Someday in the top lane, the other Boomer Korean, and then they got FBI.
But he can carry though. He's like I would say he's like Impact, but just slightly more aggressive. Yeah, I mean, and that fits with JoJo Pion's and Inspired's playstyle.
True, and I remember Sunday's Trinamir just carrying the splits for a couple weeks.
Only thing, and the reason this is the main reason why FlyQuest EG is not higher as a second or first is because still to this day I've never been a fan of FBI. I've always thought of him as a mid ADC.
I see. But like, let's think about this now. Like, I think right now during the season, there's gonna be more highlights toward hypercarry ADCs, and especially when there were hypercarry ADC meta, like when it was Jinx and Aphelios, like almost every game, he was popping off. You know.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, do you think?
But a lot of ADCs were popping off because that's the whole point of those champions.
But 100 Thieves was like number one when the meta like that was happening. So, do you think it could happen again? Do you think it will let him shine more if he's more on that less aggressive in lane, but more burden for that late game carry?
I believe there's the potential of it. Will it still change my opinion? No.
No.
And the reason why 100 Thieves is below EG is because I love the boomers and zoomers together. Do I think they'll immediately mesh? No.
No.
I feel like for spring, it's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough patch. They'll probably hit around 5th or 6th.
I think you're right. I mean,
but
I don't know about 5th or 6th.
I feel like by the time they go to Korea a second time in between splits, get fully worked out, get fully like coerced as like one unit, I feel like it could be a threat in the summer.
Personally, I think 100 Thieves can do it just because it's 100 Thieves. I think they're just a really good org and they'll just somehow make it work with the money they have, and you know, they'll put attention on the players. They won't forget about them. They'll try their best.
I feel like that has to deal with the org itself too. Like 100 Thieves is an org created by a retired pro player. Like the company itself probably focuses a lot more on it. I think that's why 100 Thieves have been able to like climb into like the top 5 teams a lot quicker than like the rest.
They're always a consistent like top team.
Yeah, even for like most of their sports, they're just always consistent. I think that just has to deal with like who founded it.
And I think this also makes sense because, believe it or not, compared to other teams, they're not really involved in that many games. I think it's only League, Valorant, and Apex, right? And they're focused on those 3, and those 3 are doing great. Like we have to admit it.
And then probably number 5 for me is a tie between Cloud9 and Dignitas.
Cloud9 and Dignitas.
Like Dignitas has, in my opinions, one of the funnest supports to watch. Ignar. He's kind of been everywhere, which I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
It has probably one of my favorite top laners from the LEC over in Europe. Good old Armat.
Only knows how to play Gnar.
Yep. The Troll King himself, Santorin.
Yeah.
And who I feel like is the better mid laner for LS or LCS talent, Jensen.
Yep. Never miss Worlds.
Yeah. The Spawn, don't know much about him.
Yeah, I don't know him either.
I hear great things about him.
The only Spawn I know is when I spawn into the fountain.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that
Spawn into your heart.
Damn.
Yeah. No, I slid that right in. It wasn't that smooth. That's pretty smooth.
Happy Valentine's Day, I guess.
And then for Cloud9, I think their new mid laner is because even though they got rid of Jensen, I still think based on like paper and past plays that Diplex is decent. He's kind of, it'll take like a little bit to fill in.
Yeah.
But ever since they made Sven support, I've just physically hated it. Like, I'm okay with pros role swapping.
Yeah.
But I feel like
the Enchanter one trick.
Yeah, like until I see him consistently play and win, specifically play and win on more than just enchanters as a support, I don't see him as a true support. I just see him as a fill for the team. And that's it.
But they have been doing pretty well. We can't.
Yeah, they won last split.
Last summer split, yeah.
But at the same time, it was just because it was an enchanter meta.
That's true, but it still is.
Like once Worlds hit and they like kind of tweaked it a little bit and like more tanks were prevalent, completely shit on.
Yeah, we'll see more onto that.
I saw so many Thresh hooks grab his juicy Lulu ass than anything else.
But I think I kind of understand your frustration because first of all, Berserker, he is a very talented ADC, right? Like I wouldn't say it's as good as Gamuyushi, but he's pretty close. You know, they're pretty close in skill level, right? And honestly, for an ADC as skilled as that, to have
You want to see someone like that paired with like Core JJ, Vulcan.
Like Gumuyushi's paired with Carrier, like one of the best supports in the world, right? And then there's a world swapped ADC to support named Sven. Like, it doesn't highlight him very well, but we'll see. Sven now he has 2 years of practicing support. Things might have changed.
You know who I think would have been a good pair for Berserker?
Who?
Biofrost.
Biofrost.
He's an older player, but he knows how to play with like the kind of like the hyper carry, like kind of flashy ADCs. Like he got that experience with Double Lift, which whatever you say, I still think that Double Lift he could be washed out right now, but back in the day, he was a great ADC.
No, of course, I can't deny that.
Yeah, and it was those two down there duking it out. I think like having those two together I think it would work out. Yeah. I feel like Biofrost, he's a chill person, great personality. Or give Berserker like a Korean person or like someone that speaks Korean so that he doesn't have to like struggle as much in laning.
I kind of 50-50 on that because we know the shit show that happened spring split for Cloud9.
Okay. I don't think that was 100% the players.
It wasn't.
I feel like it was a 50-50 amount of the players that were picked and 50% of the coaching staff going nuclear.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get too much into that because that was in the past, but...
Yeah, it was rough. Those are my top 5, and the bottom 5 are up in the air. Anything can go in that box. So what's your top 5?
Okay, so I don't necessarily have a top 5, I have a top 3, but I can get more into the 4 and 5 as well. So my number 1 is Team Liquid. And...
Shocker.
Okay, like, I was so freaking hyped when I saw that the head coach for Team Liquid is Marn. Marn, he's the first pro player that I fell in love with. He's the guy that made me want to play Gnar. And now I'm a slave. I have like 900k mastery points on him. We don't talk about that. And they got Summit. I love Summit. Cloud9 was my favorite team when Summit was on the team because he's aggressive. He's flashy, He will just go ignite flash in the top lane because why not? He's better. You know what I mean? And I thought that was awesome. And they just have a lot of other goats in the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say the only downside to TL right now is the fact that it's going to be hard for them to win Smite battles.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I still can't get over that. Just how, like, in his defense, a lot of them were taken by Gumuyushi and all the stupid things ADCs can do. But some of them were just purely taken by one.
Yeah.
And just Smite for Smite lost.
Yeah. But, Smite got buffed. Now just up to 1200. He can't miss, right?
Allegedly. Allegedly, he could possibly do better. Unless we're talking about his boxing record, which I'm pretty sure he could go undefeated.
Holy. We got to see some pro player boxing.
Oof.
Okay, well, we'll get back into that some other time.
If we're talking pro player boxing, I already know who would be number 1.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Owner from T1. That man is built. Like, if you've seen some of his tweets of him working out, I feel like he could just knock out any other pro player.
Are you serious?
It's either Owner or...
I have no idea, but...
All I know is, like, there's, like, a big controversy.
But you want to talk about Tenacity?
What, a little fuckboy?
Bro, he's ripped.
He's also like a little, like, the size of like a computer mouse.
Oh my god.
Arm-wise.
Nah. Have you seen the 100 Thieves, like, uniform photo? Like, his freaking biceps are stretching the uniform, bro.
Yeah, because he's wearing a t-shirt too small.
Oh, okay. Anyways, number 2, FlyQuest. You already explained it.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm actually going to put CLG.
CLG.
Yes, I'm going to put CLG because a lot of teams, they changed everything. They're going to still need more time to adjust. CLG, they already got in the bag, right? They just made a few mistakes, which made them miss Worlds, right?
Didn't they also, when Worlds was here, didn't some of their players actually play against and like help scrim with DRX, the people that won Worlds?
Yeah. What is it? I know that Doka. First of all, he was Zeus's top lane partner.
Was he also Keegan's partner too?
I don't remember that, but I do know that they were scrimming a lot for sure. Like they were the notable ones in terms of scrimming, because like they miss Worlds, right? So they can't be part of Worlds. But hey, they were the ones that were like the closest. You know what I mean? So that also gives them more notability in terms of scrimming with them. And yeah, that since they kept their team, they've just been stacking on practice and practice. I'm assuming they also went back to Korea like every other team to practice. And unlike everyone else, they're going to be in better form. There is no change in form, just improvement. So I do think they could get knocked out at third spot by either C9 or 100 Thieves over time. But I definitely think that CLG is going to have one of the strongest starts of the season.
I could agree on that. Mm-hmm. Like those are solid points.
Yeah. And also Doku's a beast.
He is a beast, and he looks fly doing it too.
Yeah.
Like.
Unfortunately, Yone sucks in top lane now, but it's okay. It's okay. He's still a beast.
Yeah, he is. That he is. And from what I saw towards the end of summer of last year, contracts, he's no longer as into.
Yes, we should actually talk about that. He is playing better.
He's playing like if you compared him to when he started on CLG to when he was playing for Evil Geniuses, night and day.
Dude, I remember I was just like talking to you about it all the time whenever CLG was playing. Get that man out of the team because he kept inting. But, I gotta say, CLG, they put their trust in him, they put their time in him, and they have faith. And over time, that aggressive playstyle, it only got cleaner. And now, it's an aggressive playstyle that's going to be consistent, and I'm excited to see more of it.
Would you have said that he would be the weakest link for CLG?
Okay, I wouldn't say weakest link because he wasn't weak. He just made a lot of mistakes. That's my thing. Like, it's not like the enemy jungler was better. It's just that this jungler, contracts were just inting. That's just what I noticed. Weakest link, I would actually say is a bot lane.
That's fair. I would say more just on Luger. I feel like if CLG will make it into the top 3 as you predict, I feel like the person that needed the most work done over in Korea would be Luger.
And we'll see. I mean, they still kept him, right? They kept everybody. So obviously that means there is faith in these players. And it also, I think, a lot of ADC shining or not shining, like the ADC players, I think it has a lot to do with the meta, and we'll see if this meta supports them or not.
Yeah, is very valid. Very valid.
Like for example, CLG, they already started rising when the durability patch came out, right? That aggressiveness, that fit them perfectly.
I just thought of something. I feel like CLG is kind of like the Dallas Cowboys of football. Like,
okay, go for it.
They had their glory days back in the day, and everyone remembers that. And then for the longest time, they've just been bad. But people go, CLG, they'll make it. I believe.
Yeah.
And then I believe they did good this year.
Yeah, they did.
The Cowboys have been doing great. And with that, you know what? I changed my thing. I think CLG is my 4th pick.
Your 4th pick. Okay.
I'm still set on my top 3, but you know what? You've convinced me. They're better than 100 Thieves.
Okay. And we'll see to that. I agree with you about 100 Thieves. I've been watching a lot of their interviews. They don't seem like, I think it was Yasuo interviewing them, and he was like, how's the scrims going? And they're just like, not too well right now. I'm also seeing a lot of doubleless uploads in Korea. And I was like, he's not a bad AC, obviously, but he's not the cleanest. He's not like Uzi. It's not perfect. That's what I just want to say.
So I have a counter offer to that.
Counter offer, okay. Yeah. Double it, give it to the next person.
No. I feel, what if he's only showing his kind of meh games, so that when other pros in the LCS watch them, they just go, oh, he's washed. It could be like a mind trick game.
I don't know. I feel like it's a waste of time to mind tricks, though. We'll see. I mean, like, the only thing we can say is we'll see until 2 weeks later when LCS finally starts.
I thought starts. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
And I think the first match is actually gonna be 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid.
I believe so.
I may be wrong. Someone fact check me on that one, but I'm pretty sure it's 100 Thieves first game though. So I'll be very excited. We get to see Bjergsen in a different team, and we also get to see Double Lift with a support who he loves.
If I had to pick a person in 100 Thieves that I'm most excited for, it is Busio. Like I've been seeing his clips on TikTok for like the past year, and that boy,
can you believe he used to be a Katarina one trick?
When I first heard that, I was just like bullshit. You could tell me he was a Pike one trick, and I would just go, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, like every crazy support mastermind player.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I saw some clips. And I was like, oh my god, like this guy, he does everything. Like I even saw clips of him playing Riven. I thought it was nasty. No, it's Busio playing Riven. I look at all this mechanical prowess, just sort of being absorbed into the support role, and it's gonna be exciting to watch that.
Yeah, it's going to be something, and I can't wait to watch it. With that though, I believe in 100 Thieves. Like I've been shitting on him.
Yeah.
But I still think
gotta have that NA copium.
Yeah, gotta have the NA. If you don't believe in the country that you're in, then,
what are you?
Yeah. Like you always gotta root for your own nation.
Yeah.
No matter how bad they are in your mind, like it's still who you are.
And as for me, I live in America and I've got Korean and Chinese blood, so I can root for everyone. Okay, fine. I'll root for NA too.
Yeah, that's right. You are NA boy through and through.
What player, your number one player, are you going to be paying the most attention to?
Spica. I feel like Spica is going to pop off so much. He's no longer in hell. He's now freed. He's a free boy.
He's a free boy.
He's a real boy.
He's a real boy.
Yeah.
Man, I feel so bad for him because he was like the highlight, you know? Like even in the LCS introduction video of last year, he was like, oh yeah, like the Spica E-boy. Like it was just like boom, boom, boom. He's coming. He's coming back with this
Watching the live games of last year, I could see a man die inside every game.
Like he was playing well, you know? But just solo killing the top lane, solo killing the bot lane, and he just like it's not going well for him, you know? He deserves better. And he gets it now.
Yeah. He gets a solid team backing him up, who have, in some cases, even more experience than him. And I feel like he's going to thrive.
And he had so much pressure last year. Let's talk about that too. Like, he had to, like, speak English and also speak Chinese to communicate with, like, their mid laner and their support, right? Like,
and top lane, I think.
Top lane too? No, top lane was Huni.
Well, for the first half.
Oh.
And then they, like, bounce between, like, solo and the other one.
Yeah.
Soul.
And he had to deal with like amateurs, he had to deal with Chinese players who can't barely communicate with, right? Because he's going back and forth.
Not including all the drama behind the org itself.
Oh god. Man, we're not gonna get there because we're not that kind of podcast. But now he's got a place to shine. So I agree. He's gonna be fun to look forward to.
So are we listing him as our favorite like fan favorite already? Episode number 1, fan favorite.
We'll see. I mean, I have one too. It's not Spica. The player that I look the most forward to is Tenacity. The reason why I look most forward to Tenacity is because everyone has been waiting for him to finally come into the main roster. You know, he's been destroying, right? He's kind of like the JoJo and like, yeah, like basically the JoJo of Academy, you know, just like shitting, standing out, being amazing. And he's had like a slight chance, almost like they did like the cringe 6-man roster that everyone hated and he never got like a chance to shine. They did that. He didn't really get to do anything, right? But now he's finally in it. This is official and he's ready to go. So that's the one, like maybe rookie of the split. I know Double says that Busio is going to be rookie of the split, but I'm excited for Tenacity.
Yeah, that's valid.
Mhm.
So Tenacity
It's
is
my
pretty
top lane, my OG top laner heart that's rooting for Tenacity.
good. That's fair. That's
Mhm.
fair. I'll double down on that.
Yeah. And speaking of doubling down, Double Lift. We're gonna be both watching on Double Lift.
I'm going to be very critical of that man for all the sass that he had as a youth.
The everyone is trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his
So
line.
let's see if it holds up when you're older.
We'll see that. And lastly, for me, it's Prince. The reason why I want to say Prince is because he's also kind of like a new ADC, kind of like Berserker. Berserker popped up, and now there's Prince. Prince, he was, I would say, has an even bigger, like, recognition when coming in. You know, Berserker, obviously he was like in a T1 Academy, and everyone's like excited for him. But Prince, he's done a lot more things, right?
He's
And
actually in the actual main pro
yeah,
scene.
he was in the main pro scene. I just want to make sure. Thank you for telling me. And now he's coming in, right? So I'm excited for Prince as well.
So you'd say probably the biggest rivalry would be Prince versus Berserker then.
Yeah, that's gonna be like the highlight. That's gonna be at the front of
who's the best?
Who's the best ADC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For NA. But
sorry, Double Lift.
Hey, you were the greatest at one point.
What about Tactical? I'm just joking.
No, you know who I hate more than FBI? Tactical. Fuck that man.
Okay.
And everything about him.
What about Stixay?
Stixay, I feel, is mid. I neither hate him nor like him.
No, I'm looking at everyone, and you're right. The highlight is going to be Berserker versus Prince, and that is going to be fun.
That's going to be a good game.
That is going to be a good freaking game.
Though Ignar will just shit on Sven, so GG's.
Cloud9.
R.I.P. Find an actual support.
I was a hard Cloud9 fan last year until Summit left, and now Summit's in TL, so you know I'm not as offended.
How the tides have turned.
I'm not as offended anymore.
That's fair. That's fair. But I would say we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
We'll see if because they should be coming back from Korea within the next week.
Yeah.
So probably
Some
by
already
the
here.
next episode, we'll have a little bit more foundation on what is, and especially after a week of the patch being out, the meta could change, which can't wait to see what it is. I hope we get to discuss it with you all and just kind of both agree, hopefully, on some things, probably not everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thanks for listening. Thanks for joining in on our very first episode. We have very strong opinions on some things.
Yes, we do.
And apologize if it isn't 100% what you believe. We're just kind of doing this for fun.
We're here to make you mad.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, sorry.
We're here to just kind of have fun. We're here to talk, have fun, share our thoughts and opinions.
We're trying to share our average thoughts to the average players.
Yeah, we're doing that, and since we're so attached to this game,
Unfortunately.
Like the whole moniker is when you're attached to this game, people tell you to go outside and touch grass. Well,
grass doesn't exist.
Yeah, you've come to the right place, and we'll tell you that they're wrong. It doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
It's actually just tiny bushes, and we all hope, well, at least the two of us hope, to see you next week for our second episode, which might not be as cringy or even more cringy.
Probably more cringy.
We'll go, you know what? I'll make it my goal to make it more cringy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see you guys next week. I'm very glad. I'm very thankful that you guys listened, if you have listened all the way till the end.
Yeah. And from me to you, I hope you have a great and wonderful day. Thank you for listening to Grass Doesn't Exist.
Peace
Yours
out.
truly, Daichi and Shadoww.
Bye-bye.
Bye.